When the state falls prey to private interests, it can no longer serve the people. Propelled by a self-serving logic, institutions crumble, public resources are diverted, and justice can no longer be guaranteed. Suffering, conflict, and despair are the only growth industries in such an environment. But even in the midst of fear and disillusionment, there are those who struggle, often in obscurity, for justice and integrity. They are the protagonists of change. They give hope and inspire others to act. They show that ordinary people can do extraordinary things. Starting in the year 2000, Transparency International has each year honored individuals and organizations that have stood up and said no to corruption. Many of the winners have endured great personal sacrifice in their struggle against abuse of power. They come from around the world and have included journalists, activists, a tax official, and a bank clerk. The award winners have also included French investigative magistrate Eva Joly, who uncovered a web of corruption in the Elf Aquitaine case, and the Public Prosecutor's Office of Londrina, Brazil, which brought that city's corrupt mayor to justice. Both of these winners have shown how critical strong and independent law enforcement is. In the 1990s, Peru, a country founded on democratic principles, witnessed a severe erosion of the rule of law, of human rights, and of freedom of expression under the autocratic rule of President Alberto Fujimori and his advisor, Vladimiro Montesinos. Held in power by the armed forces and intelligence services, Fujimori systematically dismantled institutions of justice and oversight. He abused the power handed to him by the people of Peru to serve his interests and those of his cronies.
Tomar las siguientes trascendentales medidas. Primero, disolver temporalmente el Congreso de la República.
He dissolved the National Congress to neutralize any opposition and ensure his own re-election.
It's notorious in the Peruvian cases that you have an organization and corruption is planned, and they have plans linked to the re-election in order to assure impunity and continue their looting of the state, and then which role each institution is going to play in this corrupt plan.
The cost to the country was immense, but the greatest loss was the faith of the people in the institutions meant to serve them. Against this backdrop of broken institutions, Doctora Ana Cecilia Magallanes, one of Peru's most respected prosecutors, went about her work. She spearheaded the prosecution of nearly 1,500 members of the Fujimori-Montesinos criminal network after the fall of the regime in 2000.
Tuve a mi cargo esta investigación y era la oportunidad para demostrar que esto debe de cortarse. Definitivamente tengo aquí la oportunidad de hacer algo por mi país y lo voy a hacer.
At that time, the judiciary was largely ineffective, corrupt, and fearful. Doctora Magallanes, however, challenged fearlessly those that had committed abuses during the dark years of Fujimori's rule.
She began the investigations without political support, without institutional support, without physical resources. She had no car, she had no computers in order to go and make research on internet. She has no personal security. There was nothing. And she assumed the investigations with a absolutely conviction that this was necessary in order to clean this country.
Her efforts led to the arrests of Fujimori, Montesinos, army generals, congressmen, judges, prosecutors, and media executives. In the absence of controls, power and money all too quickly establish themselves as core values. This makes the commitment of individuals such as Doctora Magallanes so vital. Their work, the example they set, renews faith in society and shows that a more just and equitable world is possible. Transparency International honors those who share this vision and who work tirelessly to make it a reality.